This is really interesting. This is from 1524. It's called the Second Rabbinic Bible. The custom was to name books after the first word of the text. So the first word in Genesis is Bereshit. Genesis 1:1 is Bereshit bara Elohim et hashamayim ve'et haaretz. So Bereshit is the first word, and it means in the beginning. Okay? So this is from 1524.
Yeah.
What's interesting about this is it's a rabbinic Bible, so we have the text is in the middle section, and then here we have Rashi's commentary, Rashi, and over here we have Ibn Ezra's commentary.
So this is a commentary.
The commentary. And whether you can notice or not, but this is a different script. This is called Rashi's script. He invented a script.
So you not only had to learn all these languages, you had to also understand the different scripts.
Oh, different
with them
scripts.
as well.
Yeah.
Steve, what else do we have here? I mean, these are fascinating documents. And
well, this is from this is from Germany. Now I'm going to go back just so you can see the beginning of it. You can see these are old. Okay, so here we've got this is the word Bereshit, and you can see that this is pretty beat up.
Yeah.
So if we move it very carefully, here is the this is the beginning of the Toledot of Noah. And it says Ele Toledot Noach Ish Tzaddik and so forth. And it's these are Toledot. Now the interesting that word Toledot is a very interesting word. It's from the Hebrew word yalad, to give birth. It's translated sometimes genealogy, sometimes it's translated history, and it's always actually the story of the descendants. So the Toledot of Noah it's not that much about Noah. In fact, Noah doesn't really say anything in the flood narrative. He doesn't say anything until the incident with Ham later.
Yes.
And the first thing that Noah says is a curse, amazingly enough. But the word Toledot, Genesis is built around that. It begins with Genesis 1:1, right here, Bereshit. And Genesis 1:1 through 2:3 is a kind of a preface or a prologue to the book. And then there are 11 sections. And each of them begin with the word Toledot. Each begin with the word Toledot. So we've got, here it is, this is the Toledot of Noah. And what follows then is the account of the flood. This is a Samaritan Pentateuch. Can you see that Samaritan Pentateuch? Heavy, lifting weights. Okay, so Samaritan Pentateuch, and see, this is a different script. You can see it. It's a little more of a cursive. The Samaritans, the only part of the Old Testament that they accept as their scripture is the Pentateuch. But this is actually in the Samaritan script, and it's pretty, it's amazing. So let me close this up.
Okay.
And I can take really good care of these things. And now let's go to, this is a facsimile. This is the Leningrad Codex, lovingly known as L. The original of this is in, the reason why it's called the Leningrad Codex, it's in the public library in St. Petersburg, in Leningrad, okay? It's on the shelf B19A. You can actually go into the public library and find this there. This is a facsimile of it. The thing about the Leningrad Codex, it is the oldest complete codex. It's from 1009 AD. But what it says here, I am Ani Shmuel Yaakov Ben Yaakov. I am Samuel, a son of Jacob. And then he says, I wrote it and I copied it. And the thing about the Leningrad Codex, he followed an exemplar of Ben Asher. Ben Asher is the premier Masoret. But this is the oldest complete manuscript, and all scholarly Hebrew Bibles are based on the Leningrad Codex.
Wow. Well, Steve, what are the oldest documents that we have here?
Okay, how about going from, here we have 11th century, 10th century. These are both AD. We've got something here from the 2nd century BC.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, it's just a little fragment, and it's Dead Sea Scrolls, and it is from Cave 6. So let's sit down and take a look at this. And this is from Cave 6 at Qumran.
You said cave 6.
Cave 6. All the Qumran manuscripts are designated by the cave in which they're found. The most famous manuscript is 1Q Isaiah A. That means it was found in the first cave. This is from cave 6. And there's not a lot of Genesis in the Dead Sea Scrolls. The only book that's not represented at all in the biblical material is Esther. These are actually different. These are different texts. And the interesting thing about this what I'm showing you right here, is that it's not written in the regular Dead Sea Scroll script. For whatever reason, they wrote it in a Paleo-Hebrew type script. So it's actually called 6Q Paleo-Hebrew Genesis. And so the Q stands for Qumran. But this is a section, there's not much of Genesis, but it turns out that this section here comes from the flood narrative. And so, yeah, we can actually see this, but it's giving the details of the size of the ark and various different things like that. Wow. And this is 2nd century BC, and the text is virtually identical in this 10th century and 11th century manuscripts. So 1,200 years later, we have the same text. It's absolutely, it just shows the reliability and how accurately it was copied from 2nd century BC to 11th century AD. Yeah.